What up, y'all? This is John, but let me adjust this light. Is that a little better? Okay, I like it a little better like that. Um, this is Jamba. I'm here on a Sunday, actually. I usually don't do videos on Sunday, but this came out on a Sunday, and I felt compelled to react to it. Now, I usually don't react to these. This is the catch up. So Arletta Mooley, she does the Pop the Balloon video. She does these little catch ups where she basically touches base on the couples that got matched in the previous episodes. And I've usually watched them here and there because I am interested sometimes to kind of see what happened with the matches. Did they end up going on a date? Are they still dating? And more times than not, they end up not going on the dates, or maybe they go on one date and it fizzles out. Or in some cases, they are still dating, and in some cases, in like a couple of cases, I think in one they got married. So, anyways, I was interested in this one because the guy, this was the guy who got popped on by everybody. His video went viral, and it was kind of fucked up. But then this woman actually ended up getting her balloon back and ended up matching with them. I'm interested in this because this girl is either a stripper, a single mother. She's kind of, yeah, you know what I'm saying? She has a bit of she has a different situation. And this guy was like an animator or something like that. And he was a pretty successful dude. So let's kind of dig in here. This is 25 minutes long. I might not react to this whole thing, but let's just.
Today with Tavarius and Tiffany. Welcome, y'all. How we feeling?
Good, pumped up.
All right, good. Tavarius, how about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Okay, thanks. I'm good as well. So we had the both of you on episode 20.
Sure.
We got. Is it gonna be a yes for you for him?
Yes.
And is it a yes for you for her?
For sure.
We got him.
Yeah, he somehow got it because all the girls popped on him initially. It was really messed up, y'all.
I'll take this mic and you guys easy. They went haywire. Tiffany, we got a chance to talk with the girls on BM Talks to Them, the unmatched. We got a chance to talk to the unmatched women of that episode. Obviously, you matched, so you weren't a part of that conversation. But is there anything
I was supporting my girls.
Yeah. Is there anything?
I don't think any of the girls besides them matched. Most of the girls did not match with anyone.
That you wanted to say in addition to what you heard, what we talked about, anything?
Honestly, like I wasn't really mixed in with whatever happened afterwards because after I matched, we were gone.
Right. Y'all said
we left. I didn't know what happened after I left. I really don't.
Okay. Got it. Okay. So kind of to get into the both of you. So as soon as TJ walked out, I feel like Tiffany, you were one of the first people to pop. Mm-hmm. So what led you to popping your balloon so?
Shallowness. He wasn't 6'4" Trey Songz. That's what it was.
So quickly as soon as he came around that.
Yeah. Why did you pop so quick?
Honestly, I wasn't even looking at his face. I was just looking at the overall, like
his height,
the way his outfit fits his physique and stuff like.
It's bullshit. She saw the height and she saw his face. Like she's lying. Like the first thing you looking at is the face and his height and all that. All the stuff about the clothes. I mean, stop with the clothes. If you go back and look at what he looked like, let's go back. See what he looked like. His clothes were fine. How his clothes fit, that's not.
But physique and stuff like that.
Yes.
Obviously, this is like a very first impressionable show, so you're based off first impression. That's what I was going off of. But at the same time, we do have our opportunity to ask for our balloon back. So I'm like, well, it's no shame in my game. Why not? Why not?
Exactly.
If you messed up, you messed up.
Yeah. And then TJ coming out and hearing all those balloons go off, like what was going through your mind?
Yeah, be honest. Yeah, what's going on through your head? Oh, yes.
Love what you find.
Okay, we're back.
Honestly, when you was like, "Don't be scared," a little bit when you said, "Don't be scared," I was like, "I'm not scared, but like, I guess I can leave now." You know what I mean? So,
right.
You're like, Arlette, I'm not walking out. Cut the cameras. Cut the show.
Yeah, because I've never seen.
It's like, what the hell couldn't he say about that? He didn't even say like all. You gotta understand. Like when you see that, if you seen the clip, all of the balloons pop before he said anything. Like what the fuck can you do with that? Like all of them pop before audible sound waves came out of his voice box.
Seen that many pops that fast? Have you?
Yes, actually, we did have one.
Yeah.
Season 1.
Okay,
I don't
so
exactly remember what
I was the
episode.
second
Yeah.
one then, I guess. Yeah.
And
What
my
do you think it
apologies. I
was?
feel like I set the precedence for that. Like, my apologies,
Uh-huh.
TJ. You know, my apologies.
I will say this: they look like either they're still dating, which I wouldn't be surprised if they were, or at the very least, they seem, because she's gonna ask if they're still dating and all that. We're gonna get the actual update, but or at the very least, they seem like they're in good spirits. The previous one I watched, the two people who had matched, they were not feeling each other. They were going back and forth. It was pretty chaotic, even for a Zoom call.
So
Like, if I didn't
TJ,
pop, people probably wouldn't have popped so quickly.
right. And then TJ, what do you think it was? Like, just from like, I know you heard what some of the ladies had to say. Do you agree with some of the stuff that they were saying about why they popped on you?
Well, they all said outfit.
Mhm.
That was basically it. So
Do you honestly believe in your heart that it was the outfit, buddy? Please don't tell me you were going for the okadoke. Please don't.
actually,
Yeah.
I didn't mind my outfit.
Mhm.
So I don't know if it's a great thing because it's their preference. So I don't really know.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. You thought your outfit was fly though, right?
I thought it was fine. You know, like I still don't see nothing wrong with it. You know,
There
like,
was nothing wrong with it. It's just the way it fits your physique. It was so
Yeah.
tight on you. You're a stocky guy, you know? So it's like a
the
little
lady
tight.
in the back was cool with it. I forgot. I don't know her name, but she was like helping us out. She's like, "You look lovely. Like, go out there." I'm like,
Yeah, she was gaslighting you, but it wasn't, dude. It wasn't the outfit. I mean, the thing about it is, it's like you're a stocky guy, but your face is stocky. So even if you like, we're gonna go out in a more looser fit, like that wouldn't have helped you either. Like you're a dude who's stocky in the face and you're short. If you were a tall dude, who I'm like, I know plenty of tall dudes that are stocky that do pretty well because they're tall. So them being stocky is not necessarily a big problem for them, but so if you're like a shorter guy, you kind of, it's like FitX Fearless. He talks about this, and it's like if you short, you do got to be in a different type of shape in order to, it is what it is.
thank you.
And I do see like a lot of guys who work out, go to the gym. They do like really like tight, form-fitting clothes. So was that's like your style? Is that what you would say?
I don't know. Like, I feel like I wear a lot
Okay.
of suits. I'm a professor, so like I wear a lot of slim suits. I wear a lot of
Okay.
like
So the slim
polos. So I
fit.
don't really have a lot of baggy clothes. So yeah,
Okay.
I guess yeah.
Okay.
We wasn't looking for baggy on you. We was looking for like, form fitting. It was
Okay.
it was a little tight. That's just it. That was nothing wrong with your outfit.
A little tight. Just come on, man. I mean, how much lighting of gas are we gonna allow here?
It was just a little tight. It
Okay.
didn't show off your physique. Like, you wouldn't know a girl has a good physique if she's not, dressing towards her body type.
Okay. Now, TJ, what made you be like, you know what? I'll take, if she takes her balloon bag, I'll go with her. Because I know coming out there and having
The fact that she's pretty.
everyone pop on you, that could be a little bit like, you already popped on me. I'm not gonna match with you. So what made you be like, yeah, sure.
She's pretty.
Like, yeah, I'll go with you.
Honestly, it was a combination of things.
Okay.
Like, I didn't even get to look at the girls, to be honest. I didn't even look at any of the like once they all popped, I wasn't really like, oh, this person's not my type.
Wasn't really considering them as an option.
So it wasn't straight a physical attraction. The reason why I took it back, it was more like, okay, she wants to know more about me. And this one girl left that wants to know about me. I came here for love. Let me just get to know her.
Yeah.
So it was just like, why not? You know what I mean? Like everybody else has popped.
Okay. Okay.
Because I didn't hear anything else. Like I didn't know anything else. So it was just
exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's time for us to go ahead and get into the nitty gritty of.
Here we go. Time for the moment of truth. Let me make a little bet for myself. I think they're still seeing each other. I'm going to go out on a limb here to say that they're probably still either talking or still seeing each other. I could be wrong. Now, this is me being optimistic. I'm usually not this optimistic, but for the sake of it, for the sake of love, I'm going to be optimistic here and say that they're still seeing each other. But if they're not still seeing each other, I'm going to break down as they talk about why they're not seeing each other. But let's see. I could be. I want them. I want it to work out for them.
Why we are here today.
Here we
So
go.
since you guys ended up matching, have you guys gone on a date?
Would you consider leaving afterwards and going out to eat a date?
No.
Of course. So
Okay,
you guys did,
we
yeah?
went on a date.
Okay.
Went on a date.
So where'd you guys go? How'd the date go?
You want to answer?
No, I'll let you go. I feel like
Okay. Well, we went to I don't even know. I think it was called. I really don't know what it was called, but it was like a hookah type lounge area, very nice, upscale. It was cute, and like we just got to talk to each other, get to know each other. But we weren't alone. We went with one of the match couples. So.
Yeah. Okay. So it was like a double date kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. And how was that for you, TJ?
Well, it was interesting because I was actually gonna leave. Tiffany was like, "Where are you going?" And I was like, "I'm about to just go back to my hotel." She's like, "No." Tiffany's very outgoing.
Yes.
So like I'm like the opposite. Like I'm very like introverted. I'm like focused on like just like the mission. The mission was to come here, get a balloon, go back home. So she was like, "No." She's like,
"You didn't want to take your date out?"
I wasn't
match?
thinking. Although I wasn't. My brain was still on them pops. If I'm being honest, my brain was still, I was still like confused.
He was kind of that. I think people underestimate how traumatizing that would be, because you gotta understand, he talking about a hotel, so he more than likely had to fly or drive here. More than likely fly here and get himself a hotel. This guy does well for himself, so the finances isn't really necessarily. That's not a big hit for a guy like him, but it is time, it is effort. He's probably excited. He's telling his boys about it. He's telling his family about it. You know what I'm saying? He gets to the location. There's probably a check-in. Like, there's a lot of time. There's so much time that was put into this endeavor, only for him to. I need you to understand the time: booking the tickets, getting on a flight, the flight taking off, being in the flight landing, airport, driving, hotel, checking at the hotel, sleeping at the hotel, waking up early, getting a haircut, getting the right, all of these things that takes a relatively long time to figure out. That's not a super long time, but long enough to get there and do all this other stuff, right? Only for him to walk out. And before he can, like, he's probably thinking in his head, like, all this question he's going to ask, and, like the different scenarios. Like, he's probably thinking about it to a certain degree, not to saying he was being anxious about it, but he was definitely thinking, only for him to go out, and in a fraction of a second, all the balloons just pop. Like, that's a pretty, I'm not going to say it's traumatizing, like it's, like World War II or some shit, but that's a relatively shocking thing that he was probably still wrapping his head around. And I think we underestimate how rejection like that can kind of fuck you up. And he's downplaying it. And men, we always have to downplay it. But after a while, like, and especially it going viral like that, like, I've seen there's been many people doing reels of that particular, and not reels like making fun of them, but like, damn, like all them damn pops, like, this is fucked up. So yeah, he was definitely kind of thinking it's hard to kind of go from that to, yeah, let's go out and I'm gonna forget about. No, like, that's still on his mind, I know that was a long explanation, but you guys, I want you to. I'm glad that explanation was long, because I want you to really understand that versus, again, how seconds it was just over. Like,
it was like, that was a lot. So I was just like, I'm gonna just go think about it, go call my friends back home, tell them what happened.
Yeah. Oh, had to do some stuff. I'm back though.
And so when she said no, let's like go out, I did ended up being really good friends with Maul. So we was already in the back talking. Mm-hmm. So I felt a little bit, because yes, she got her balloon, but I didn't know Tiffany. Like, I at least knew Maul right away. So I was like, all right, cool. I go out with Maul. It made it a little bit more comfortable. And so I was like, cool. So yeah, it was cool.
Okay, got it. And now, so I know you said you were ready to dip right after the show. So when you match with Tiffany, like, is she someone that is your type though? Because it seems like you were just like, I just matched so I can get out of there, kind of thing. Is she someone that is your type?
Well, I wouldn't say I matched to get out of there. It was
okay.
It's weird when y'all ask men, was she your type? Well, let's be honest, most men don't. I'm not gonna say that most men don't have a type. Women have a type. No, women have. It's more likely for women to have a type than for men to have a type. I think for men it's more so. Somebody said, I forgot who said this, but men more so have a range. I think that this woman is in this man's range, definitely. And it could maybe he's not into light skinned women, but I think that he found. To be honest with you, this woman is probably one of the more attractive women that he's probably has more than likely ever dealt with, or at least recently. Could be wrong though.
It was more say like
correct me then, because that's what it sounded like. Let me hear it from you.
Yeah. So like let's just say if you were going out there and you didn't get to look at anybody, but yet somebody was the only one that was like, hey, you know what? I made a mistake. It was more so like I felt a genuine energy. So it was more than that's what I said. I didn't really get a chance to look at Tiffany when I was there. It was more like, oh wow, like that was nice of her to actually take her balloon back to say, you know what, I made a mistake. Because that's accountability. And that's like I actually look for that when I'm looking for a partner, is accountability. So I was like, okay, cool. You know, like first impressions mean a lot, but it means a lot that you double back to take your balloon back. So that's why I matched with her.
Okay. That definitely clears things up. So after the date, what happened? Did you guys communicate, FaceTime, call, text? How was the communication?
We met up the next day after that.
Okay.
And the plans were to like just, you know.
Oh, I'm sensing trouble. Oh. Okay.
So chill, like, you know, go to the museum. I ended up, family was in town for me, so I ended up coming to the party pretty late. But a lot of the cast members from that episode, they all went to the museum together. And the plan was for me to meet him at the museum with everybody else. But I ended up getting caught up with my sister that came into town and my nephew, and it was his birthday. So I went to out to eat with them. And
there's this weird thing that let's just keep playing.
By the time I was done, they were already done with the museum. So I met up with him after at his resort. And the resort was like having like free cocktail hour, people by the pool. So, you know, we ended up chilling at the pool, getting the free cocktails, and Carrington came.
She's a mommy. Where are the kids? That's what I want to know. Like, she's doing all this stuff. Like, where are the kids at?
Okay. So again, y'all were joined again by somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, we were, but you know, the plan was for everybody to be together, but everybody failed. And Carrington was the only one that was like, "Yeah, I'm still ready to, you know, have fun." You know.
Got it. Okay, so how was that time when it was just the two of you? How was it for you, CJ?
Tell us.
I don't think we had a time.
We had a little bit of time to chit chat, but nothing too deep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So every time you guys have hung out, it's always been like a group thing, or like there's always somebody else, like a third party?
I mean, there was probably a couple hours here or there. You know, but like most of the time it was probably with one or two other people.
Okay. So then how are things now? Like after that, because I know TJ, you travel a lot. So how long were you in Arizona? Did you guys hang out again after that resort moment?
I was in Arizona until Monday morning.
Okay.
And I believe once I got back, she wished me a safe flight and told me that she would be going to, I believe, Cleveland, because she travels too. Like Tiffany's a very, very active woman. So she goes to different states, different places for business. I like her hustle, what she does, because like, you know, like sometimes people just don't like to make a living for their own, you know, like she actually is very ambitious.
A lot of this is not sounding very very compatible in regards to it doesn't seem like they both really made an effort. That's what I'm getting a sense here, but I could be wrong. Why? Low battery.
I travel, she travels. So I would say we talk probably right after like every week. It began to slow down a little bit more because of life, and I'll let her
Fizzled.
go into what she went through and what I went through.
Mhm.
But
Fizzled.
I definitely think Tiffany's been a solid person. Like even just as a friend, she's been a solid person. You know, some people just look for love like right off the bat, but like there has to be a foundation. And so I think Tiffany is a very solid person in general, just a solid human. Like I think anybody would be lucky to meet Tiffany.
Oh, Tiff.
Same with,
Okay.
same with TJ. He's very like understanding, and he's very like.
There was no physical. Here's what happened. I don't think that he felt like. I think that he maybe felt that this was like a pity thing a little bit. I think she just he even described like that was a nice thing. This all feels very nice and kind and warm, but I'm not sensing any passion. I'm not sensing there was no real attraction. I think from her to him. I think he was probably thought that she was pretty, but I think that he was just I don't know, and he probably got a lot of other stuff that he's kind of doing. So yeah, I don't think that both of them really took that situation to find somebody to be with very seriously.
Communicative. He listens to people. You know, he listens. He's always a shoulder to lean on. So we both was going through stuff. Like I got into a car accident last month, and yeah, someone in his family was sick, and it was just then he got sick, and he's been traveling a lot.
Life
so
happened. Life happened.
He's like a really good support system. Like he's always there for like shoulder to lean on, someone to talk
Life
to.
happened. That's what happened. Life happened. Let's see. He wasn't really interested, and he picked her for convenience. Definitely giving friend vibes. An exotic dancer that travels a lot. Okay, let's see what they're saying. There's only one reason why they travel. Oh no. Oh no. That that looks like a dog, but I think it means a cat. That cat is on tour. Oh no. Oh no. He is definitely marriage material, the best man on this show, hands down. TJ isn't romantic. Okay. Okay. So this is pretty good. No one is too busy. I think he's turned off by the fact that she's a stripper, but doesn't want to say it explicitly. She seems more interested in him than he is with her. I don't. I think they were mutually not that interested in each other. I think that the stripper thing definitely is a factor. I knew he didn't realize she was. Yeah, that's also a good point. When they initially met, she mentioned dancing, and he said, "Oh, I like dancers." I don't think that he knew exactly what she was referring to until probably later. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna watch a little bit more. Maybe I might not finish this thing. Because this is very warm and fuzzy. And I guess she is doing it in the bathroom. That's a little weird, but I'm not gonna judge.
We all go through things, but he hears you out, and he also expresses how he feels, and he also, says like what's going on in his life, because his life is pretty busy too, and he goes through things too, like everybody does. So I just like that we have that window to like, be comfortable enough to share our lives with each other.
Oh God.
Been in like constant communication, but has
everyone.
Okay. So it sounds like you guys have been in like constant communication, but has it been like building? Do you feel like you're working towards like a romantic thing, or you guys are more keeping it like on a friendship level?
Keeping it as friends, buddy boy.
I'm open to whatever. I don't have any expectations on our, relationship. I feel like if it's gonna blossom towards something, it will,
It's not.
Okay.
But he's very much a catch. So I'm open to it.
TJ.
I think me and Tiffany have been on one accord where we are. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you have people that are very forceful with things, and like I think her being so outgoing, what's caught me off guard is how accepting she is of my situation and her situation.
Outgoing is just this is just a synonym for she is out there. I'm not gonna do like the old boy in the comments and make the assumptions that she's probably doing some extracurricular activities, but even though it's probably a good chance. I mean, exotic dancers. I mean, look, man, I was watching a movie. There's a movie called Menorah. That's probably going to get some awards for something. It's an okay movie. But that movie is about a stripper who does do escort work. And the thing about it is, women who are look, this isn't fucking breaking news by any metric. But women who are exotic dancers are like 10 times more likely than the average than a person who doesn't exotic dance to be involved in escort, work. I mean, those things are very, very synonymous. So, and it's not it when people make the claim that yeah, she's probably out there selling box and shit. It's not like they're just being mean. You know what I mean? So this is a woman who has. I mean, I'm not saying that she doesn't run a business, but you can, selling boxes, you can say technically a business.
So like she said, she'll be like, hey, if you're in Arizona, let's go another day. If I'm in North Carolina, let's go another day. So it's not like a push and shove match. You know what I mean? Like we understand
Okay.
that like we're very busy. But like she said, both of us are catches. Both of us understands that in life things happen for favor. Sometimes we're in the same place. Sometimes we're not in the same place. But I just think a lot of times people close books and they open books. But I think this is not that situation where you can say either or.
Okay. So the
Mhm.
door is open for both of
Mhm.
you,
Absolutely.
but ain't nobody entering yet.
Yeah. And Arlette, see, because Arlette is trying to move things along. She's trying to get people. She's trying to match up people. She's trying to play matchmaker. She loves this shit, and her passion exudes in her work. It exudes in the production of the show and the editing and all that. So that's what she's trying to kind of do. And I don't think that neither of these two people. This is not a bad thing because, like they said, life happens. But neither of these two people have really a sense of urgency to really meet or to establish something, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I mean, they can be friends, they can still be cool, and so there's really nothing wrong with that.
It's just like
Y'all
it
ain't
has to be the
entering
right place,
either
right
or.
time. Honestly, like we travel a lot, so I feel like if we run into each other, it's destiny, it's fate. The
Okay.
universe will put us where we need to be to start.
You want them Captain Universe women. I'm gonna call women who talk about the universe but don't really give a shit about the universe. I'm gonna call y'all Captain Universe women. Like there's a character. Maybe I should pull up this character. There's a character in the Marvel universe that's and is a woman, and she's called Captain Universe. That's what I'm gonna call y'all, because y'all be talking about the universe, and it's like the universe is gonna put us together. That's just what the universe is. Like, yeah.
That.
Okay. So would you guys say you're too busy to date? Because that's what it sounded like to me.
I just feel like the way our lives is set up right now, we both travel a
Yeah.
lot. So
It's even more than travel too. Or like it's like so like sometimes like you're traveling, but sometimes you're in that mode where like things are working for you personally that you didn't
Okay.
think would work for you at that time. So
Mhm.
like she's had many accomplishments since we left. I had many accomplishments. So like sometimes like you want love, but you also understand like, hey man, right now is the moment where like
Yeah.
things I've worked for are really clicking.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And so we've been celebratory of each other and like thanking each other. And that in itself is like bonding.
Mm.
Right now, I'm pretty much focused on my end goal. As
Okay.
everybody know, I'm an exotic dancer. You can't do this forever. So I've been trying to put things into place so I can exit that, so I can be a wife, so I could be, a girlfriend, so I could be, a partner. So I wouldn't say I'm really actively dating. I'm focusing on like.
But why'd you? So I'm gonna probably wrap it up right here because there's really nothing to kind of say after that, right? They're probably gonna plug their respective kind of projects and things of that nature, which is cool. So you can look on their channels, on her channel to kind of see what that's about. But the fact of the matter is that the woman came on here as an exotic dancer, and she came on here to plug her shit. He probably came on here to plug his shit. So they both really weren't all that interested, possibly in. I mean, maybe more so. Maybe they both were, but they weren't. Like I think they just kind of half-assed went to it. But at the same time, I mean, if you're busy, if you're traveling, if you're doing things of that nature, then dating and getting to know someone isn't necessarily a priority. So in order for things like this to work, it has to be like somewhat of a priority for you, right? And it's okay if it's not, but and I guess this kind of to end, I guess this kind of shows why this, as much as I love Arlette, her work and what she's doing with this show, and it's like I react to it every week. But this kind of shows one of the reasons why this method is ultimately unsuccessful, is because if you're now this will be one thing if you're doing this privately, but as long as this is a as long as this is a public platform that you're posting, that is going to get hundreds of thousands of views, that people like me are reacting to and are going to make little shorts, and it's going to be on TikTok, and as long as it's out there, then you're always going to have a bunch of people who are going to come on there for mostly the publicity of it, as opposed to what, it's like there was a comedian who was on there last time, and that comedian didn't find love, I don't think, but probably got some views, probably got some eyes on his stuff, which is great. So we can say that, yeah, this is for finding love, but it really isn't. This is really about promoting these two people, promoting other Black entrepreneurs and content creators, or whatever it is that they do. So anyways, y'all, I'm gonna kind of wrap it here. I might watch the rest of this later, but I'm gonna do another reaction video before I leave. I got a Friendsgiving to go to. So this has been Jamba, and you'll see me again.